the team that you picked over the Baltimore Ravens is literally going full on rebuild mode. The quarterback that you picked over Lamar Jackson is literally the only quarterback that DeAndre Hopkins, even with his amazing talent, could not finesse, could not hide just how of a trash Kyler Murray really is. That's what you picked. That's what you picked over this franchise. That's what you picked over this quarterback. MVP quarterback. What is going on, Ravens flock? My name is Drastic, and I want to welcome you guys back to another video on our YouTube channel, Flock and Ravens. And on today's video, we're going to be talking about tomorrow's matchup going up against the Arizona Cardinals. Yes, a game that has a lot of fans calling it a trap game, including myself, for the obvious reason. Because every single time Vegas has the Ravens being favored by +5, plus 10 points, plus 15, plus 20, plus 40. It doesn't even matter. Every single time, we're expected to blow out a team. We're expected to come out with a win. We're expected to just dominate a game.
What more do you want from me? Oh my God.
These Ravens never fail to come out with a big fat L. Never. It never fails. It never does. And every time we take a big fat L in a game, it always seems like the reasons are very similar to why we took an L the last game we lost, and the last game before that, and the last game before that. The reasons are always very, very similar.
We've got to finish plays and do things like that you need to do to win a game like this, and we have to fight for that going forward. Got a lot of football left to be played. It's going to be week 6, and we need to clean that stuff up and finish games.
All right. And it's something that has to stop. It's something that the players, the coaching staff, everybody has to work on. You can't just take a big fat L and then just say, you know what? That's in the past. We're going to just move on to next week. Yes, you do have to prepare for the next week, the next team you face. But you also have to study what you did wrong in this game so that you do not keep repeating the same issues throughout the entire season. All right? We cannot be losing the same games, these games that we're supposed to be winning, the easy games, for the same reasons that we've been losing time and time again. This has to stop. All right? What are some of the reasons why? For number one, we're not managing the clock properly, right? That's one of the main reasons why, like a big issue that we had for the longest time. And you got to give Harbaugh his props because he's been improving, all right? Some of y'all might think I'm a Harbaugh hater, but at the end of the day, I give Harbaugh his props when he deserves it. But when he messes up, I got to call it for what it is, all right? And Harbaugh has lacked in the past in managing the clock properly. But lately, he has been improving. He has been improving, and I got to give him the props, right? But this cannot continue to be an issue. So we don't want to take 2 steps forward and then take 3 steps back. We have to continue to improve on managing the clock properly. Now, another mistake that we have to put an end to is our receivers have to stop dropping the ball, especially the easy catches, right? Because this is something that for some reason always happens at a crucial point in the game. Like I'm talking about, had you caught the ball, it's an easy touchdown. Had you caught the ball, we would have converted a 3rd and long. Had you caught the ball, it would have been worth it for what the defense just did by giving us the ball back. But no, we're 3 and out, and we got to punt it back, and the defense has to go back out on the field and play Superman. Bro, make the catch, all right? Make the catch, because they're running the routes beautifully. You gotta give our receivers the props that they deserve, all right? They're getting better and better. That's not the issue. The issue is you're just not catching the ball, all right? You guys are wide open. You guys are getting separation. You guys are doing what you're supposed to. Just finish the job and catch the ball, and that's it, all right? If we can do that, trust me, we're going to be able to stack wins. This is something that you do have to give the props to the receivers. They're running the route. They're learning the system very nicely. And you also got to give the props to the coaching staff. Again, I am not a hater when it comes to the coaching staff or the front office, but when there's an issue, I will address it. And that does not make me a bad fan or anything, right? But anyways, you got to give a big props to Todd Monken, John Harbaugh, for scheming these routes that are getting our receivers open, that are pretty much like tearing apart the defense, because yo, it's working, but our receivers have to just finish the job. You got to execute. You're doing the routes perfect, now finish the other half. All right, if we can do that, we're gonna dominate. All right, we're gonna keep dominating like we did last week against the Lions. Now the third mistake that we got to put an end to is we have to stop taking out the hot hand out the game. If a player is going off, bro, stop taking them off the field. This is an issue that we keep having time and time again. Stop doing that, all right? If we can stop doing that, we're going to be able to dominate. But if you are taking the hot hand off the field, bro, you're only setting yourself up to leave that game with a fat L. That's all you're doing. That is literally all you're doing. And we as fans are tired of seeing the same mistakes happen time and time again. If you don't agree with me, let me know down in the comments. Y'all enjoy taking these L's? I don't. So we got to stop making these mistakes if we want to keep stacking wins, right? Now, the fourth mistake that we have to fix ASAP is we have to stop getting these penalties. It has to stop. It has to stop. The coaching staff has to teach this team how to be more disciplined, all right? Now, in the Lions game, I think we did pretty well when it came to penalties. We were pretty disciplined. Same with the Titans game, all right? We were pretty disciplined. It wasn't horrible. But before the Lions game and the Titans game, bro, and I'm talking about two players in particular, right? Morgan Moses and John Simpson. Bro, these two players, they would always get a flag at the most crucial time in the game, bro. Like, we're a yard away from getting a first down, and you're holding a player when you didn't have to. And I don't know what other flags you're getting, but it's almost like every time a holding call. All right? Now, I said this on another video. This is something that if John Harbaugh is this Hall of Famer coach, this is an easy fix. All right? This is something that comes down to how you train and teach your players. All right? Because yes, these flags, these penalties, 50% of it falls on the player, but the other 50% of it falls on the coaching staff. It is what it is. Again, y'all already know I give the coaches their props, but I call them out when they have to be called out on, all right? They have to coach up our players to be more disciplined. This is something that we could have been avoiding by week 2, but you keep seeing it time and time again with the same players. Some of these players keep getting the same penalties time and time again. So it's like, bro, is anyone talking to them? Is anyone like working on this with them? Like, come on now. You know, so this is something that I feel, again, it's an easy fix. All right? It's an easy fix. You just have to draw it out for them. Like, yo, you could put your hand here, but you can't put here. Like, you just got to explain and work on them one-on-one if you have to. But it's an easy fix. These mistakes cannot keep happening. Now, the last mistake that we need to work on as a team in order to keep winning more games, we need to stop letting our foot off the gas. All right? Because in the first half, on both sides, we always play very well, all right? But once we get into the second half, for some reason, every time, we play like comfortable. We play very conservative. Like, I don't know why we do that. I really do not understand why we do this time and time again. But whatever the reason is, we got to stop, all right? We got to keep things rolling. We gotta keep moving these chains, bro. If we can fix all of those things, we're going to be able to stack these wins. This is something that John Harbaugh really preaches to our players. Keep stacking wins on top of wins on top of wins, right? So if we want to do that, we have to look back at all of our mistakes and we have to find a way to avoid it and put an end to those mistakes, all right? We got to take only steps forward, no steps back. And when we do that, we win. So now we got to address the elephant in the room. Who is going to have a bigger game, Marquise Brown or Zay Flowers? In my opinion, it's 1,000% going to be Zay Flowers. 1,000%, because Hollywood Brown is a former wide receiver for the Baltimore Ravens. Now, in this game, that's a bad thing. That's a horrible thing because John Harbaugh, our head coach, his former head coach, knows everything that Marquise Brown excels in and everything that he lacks in his game. So for that reason, although we do have a new defense coordinator, I'm sure John Harbaugh is going to be in his ear planning something out to shut out Hollywood Brown in this game. I don't see Hollywood Brown going off in this game. I don't. I really don't. And that's a big problem that these Arizona Cardinals are going to have because Hollywood Brown is their number one wide receiver. Hollywood Brown is their number one weapon on that team. And if you're shutting down their number one weapon the entire game, who else other than Hollywood are we really scared of on that team? Who? Like, what other player is there on that team that could really give our defense some trouble? Let me know down in the comments if you guys could think of a player that is gonna have our defense panicking other than Hollywood Brown. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I like Hollywood, but this is going to be our chance to show Hollywood firsthand, up close, in 4K, just how bad of a decision he made when he decided to ask for a trade from the Baltimore Ravens. He is going to be able to see firsthand in 4K on that big screen every single time Zay Flowers goes off. Every single time Devin Duvernay goes off. Every single time Rashad Bateman goes off. Every single time Nelson Aguilar goes off. Every single time OBJ goes off. Every time Tylen Wallace goes off. He's going to be able to see it live in person. And I can't wait. Just what a horrible decision he made, bro. What a horrible decision he made. Y'all remember when he left, he said,
Is it as simply as like you're gonna catch more passes in this offense?
Yeah, it's about happiness. I mean, I want to feel like, I'm a part of something to win. I mean, at the Ravens, I just felt like sometimes they really didn't need me. Like, regardless if I was there or not, they're going to win games. And, I love the game too much. I want to be involved.
The team that you picked over the Baltimore Ravens is literally going full-on rebuild mode. The quarterback that you picked over Lamar Jackson is literally the only quarterback that DeAndre Hopkins, even with his amazing talent, could not finesse, could not hide just how of a trash Kyler Murray really is. That's what you picked. That's what you picked over this franchise. That's what you picked over this quarterback. MVP quarterback. That's who you picked. And that's how we're going to end this video. Make sure to like and subscribe to this channel. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure to do so now. Also, make sure to leave down below a comment to let me know what you guys think about Marquise Brown leaving the Baltimore Ravens. Let me know if you guys think he should regret it or not, or you think he's better off with the Cardinals. Leave a comment down below. At the end of your comments, make sure to leave #FlockGang. And also share the channel with a family or friend, or just anybody that you may know that's a Ravens fan. Let them know what's the channel to come to if they want to get connected with the flock. And with that, I'm going to see y'all on the next video.